Good afternoon, everyone. So I thought let me get started with a new session. It's something that we don't normally uh, educate in our courses, but I thought let me do something fun and something exciting just to get your creative juices flowing. It's a bit of animation and a bit of UI design that you can do. And you can do these things when you have free time or if you want to explore. And it's just something you could do in your personal project and your personal capacity. Um, what I'm going to show you today is mostly what I do on a personal project, and it's how I animate and do things. It's not something that you have to follow. Um, every designer has their own way of working. So what I want to show you today is just the way how I work. Um, yeah, so let's cracking. As I mentioned earlier, I am going to be working on two screens. So one screen for the uh, chat and another screen for the live demo. I will be using my bigger screen for animation and things like that because it's just better to see and animate. And yeah, I don't like working on a smaller screen for design stuff. So I'll be picking my screens as I go along. But do pop me questions in the chat and I'll get to them later or as I work through the process. So let's get started. I wanted to start this project with, it's going to be, bear with me, it's going to be quite, I'm going to show you how you can design without having a brief. So we're going to create something from scratch. And today I thought, let me show you how I design something in After Effects and Figma, and from Figma to After Effects and animate it. So I'm going to quickly share my screen and let's get cracking in After Effects. So let's go to Figma. Okay, here we go. So I thought a fun exercise would be to share my whole way of working as how I would start this project. And I thought about creating a splash screen or an intro animation for an app. You know those animation apps when you open an app, you think something slide in with a sign in button, or just like a normal intro video for your website sliders. Now, before I actually start doing animation, I wanted to talk about animation as a whole. I know for accessibility, some people don't prefer using animation or motion on websites because it's not a very friendly medium to use for accessibility. But there are ways that you could alter it. And unfortunately, in this day and age, you see a lot of websites that are bulked with animations or GSAP or WebGL stuff. And it's all good and well, but your users might be someone who gets motion sickness from words flying in and out or something like that. But there are codes that you could use to reduce motion. And one of them are prefer reduce motion. I just want to quickly share that I can actually pop it in the link for you so that you guys can see what is on. Sorry guys, I'm just grabbing my share button here. I just want to quickly share my browser. So you can get this from Indian. It's quite a good document system perhaps that actually shows you about how you can prefer reduced motion for code. So there are ways that you could alter it, and you can also alter it for your browsers, where you, as a a person who gets motion sickness or flashing lights disturbance thereof, you can reduce it on your computer, or you could further enhance it by adding the prefer reduce motion code. And there's actually a nice article on CSS Tricks that talks about that, how you can prefer reduce motion. Some of them, actually show you there that it will only play if prefer reduce motion is not reduced. So there's a whole coding system for that, and there it is that you can add it to your media queries. But yeah, there's the whole article about how you can add that prefer reduced motion, and you can check out in the end. Docs is quite nice. They talk about that a lot. And what are the things we are going to create today? As I mentioned before, just something random, fun to do at your own capacity. I want to share you an example. I was thinking of creating something like this. Can't particularly see it. So normally, if you want to showcase your work, you'll have these show reels where you can promote your work on websites, or share what you've done. And what would happen is normally you can do this in Figma, or if you want to go a bit further, you can do it in After Effects and add motion to it. But you could animate it in After Effects with those phone slide up, and this present your work in a showroom. So that is one of the ways that you could present your work. Or you could do something like that, have a mock-up. And inside the mock-up, you can put your website there. If you want to show it, what it would look like on a device. So let me just play this. So you can see they added the whole motion inside the iPad. And it's actually a nice way to show your website instead of just having a clear design. But yeah, so we'll almost create something like this today with a flat design and then animating it in After Effects. Any questions so far? Any questions? I hope you're excited. Okay, so let's get back to Figma. So now I'm going to go and create a splash screen. Let's start with the mobile design first. And I've already decided to use my iPhone 13. And what I'm going to do is I am literally going to design a splash screen. So a splash screen is like an animated screen when you log into an app or mobile or whatever. It can be basically anything. And I thought, why not create an app for a travel agency? Now, I've already got an idea of what it should look like. I thought about destinations. What I'm going to do now next is I'm going to go onto Unsplash. Let me actually share my own screen so you can see the process that I'm going to, the whole process I'm following. I'm just sharing my own desktop. So what I would normally do is you can, normally I'll go to Unsplash. There are other sites that you guys can also use, pixels or there's a bunch of other free sources. So then I'll type in, what if we create a landing page for categories? quite nice. Something like that. Okay, so I think it might be a bit difficult with the background. Let's look for something more clearer. Maybe this could be better. No, let's try this. I'm going to download that. I'm going to open this clip. It might do it as well. I'm just doing a quick mock-up. Now, what I wanted to say is that not only do the mock-up in here, but the actual animation I'll do in After Effects. So I won't be exporting all these elements inside of After Effects. I'll just grab these elements that I've had and start from scratch in After Effects. Just some people like to use, buttons as PNGs or components, certain components as vectors, but I prefer to do everything from scratch in After Effects because then you have more freedom to use what you can. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So let's keep going. You can add some typography there. And something you can say is it's a traveling agency, so we can say welcome to Greece or something like that. Let's say that greetings from Greece. So to write real copy, but you could use your own copy on this and word like that. I prefer to use real copy, and now I'm thinking of using it. I don't want to use a Greek font, so something in here. Oh, converting. Because I'm working on important things. Keep it aligned. It could make that a bit smaller, but let's leave it like that. Now we need buttons. I'm just having a greetings from Greece. You've got another image of Greece, some buildings there. And now I want to create a button, which is sign in or sign up. Now I want to show you guys there's various plugins that you guys can use to use existing UI kits. I sometimes prefer to do it from scratch, but you could obviously import material design or Google App, the whole iOS system. But I thought it would be also nice to share my plugins that I've got. So I've got a few plugins here that you guys can see. One of my favorites is Dark, which checks your accessibility. Then there's which you could use for your mock copy, not real copy, just space Latin text. And then I've got also Convertify Figma to XD or Sketch. Now this one is interesting because you can also use it to convert your Figma files to After Effects. But as I mentioned, I'm going to do mine from scratch, so you could export all your layers there and then embed them into After Effects or import into After Effects. I've got another contrast, which is an accessibility plugin, and then I've got Button Buddy, Breakpoint, Anima as a other animation plugin that you could use, and then access the color palette. So I just thought let me share or share my plugins for anyone that is interested in. If you want to use browse for plugins, you can just go to browse plugins and then you can type in the UI kit or I don't know, or text or gradients or things like that, and it will pop up. Development obviously is for everything. Now this After Effects UX is what you could also use for taking the files from Figma to After Effects. I don't think it's accessed on my side. You grayed out, I wonder why. Probably because I haven't gone over it. But yeah, guys, so you can go and for you have to plug in and create it, just drag the button in there. But I am going to create it from scratch. Then, if you guys can tell me what color you think would go best. There's a dark or the turquoise blue. What color do you guys think? I've got a color, but I would love to see in the chat, or if someone wants to tell me what they think, what color I should pick. I've got yellow, maybe orange, maybe black. Anyone else? What color do you think I should choose? White, orange, I like that. I like orange. I think I'm going to go for orange. Now, while I'm designing, the reason I'm asking you guys this, and while I'm designing, I'm thinking of colors automatically that can fit with the background, but also the typography of that. That's how you get to start going, you know, you can see now, wait, like what colors does work with a blue? Maybe in the end I'll change the copy to black, but I am going to say, I kind of need to see it first, woody brown, orange. I thought about light brown. Let's make it orange first, guys, and then we'll see. Then you can tell me again, what do you think about that? Because I think it would be nice to get a bit of inspiration. like that orange. It's a deep burnt orange. What do you guys think? It's not too orangey. Make it. I'm gonna give it a orange. Let's give an orange a go. Maybe a beige. Oh, everyone is all about beige these days. Okay, I'm gonna let's keep this one. Then I'm going to make another one. Another color. Maybe a yellow. Oh, I wanted to say you can also create your own color library there. Like I've got a color library there, which you could open and then it will show all your colors, your favorite colors. But I'm using this document color setup for now. Like that, you know. Okay, then I'm going to give orange, yellow. You could also take your art figure. Let's see. Just hold that one for now. I don't think that one works. What if we made it a bit? The colors really pops. Tell me, guys, what do you think? Which one is your favorite? Purple, orange, yellow. I like orange. And now, like the color bright, lighter one looks. Okay, yellow. I like yellow as well. Purple, orange. Purple, orange. Okay. Yeah. But my idea was color in the background, and yeah, nice one, Malcolm, very nice. Interesting thought, guys. I thought I'd share a bit of tidbit here. The reason why people paint their doors blue in Greece is to keep the evil spirit away. So I just thought maybe that's something interesting to share, and maybe the yellow could also kind of symbolize that, or the orange. But we just got to see Christopher. What is this one? Let's see. People copy the color code that Christopher shared there. Let's quickly see what your color code looks like, Chris. Ah, okay. So Christopher said he would use this color. Is that the right one? Now, what do you think? What do you think of this? It looks actually nice with all four of them aligned like that. To be fair, a nice color palette. I quite like it. Okay. There you see a lot of, I agree. Maybe the blue is not working too much as a button, but you know, maybe you could put it behind the text, something like this. We put it behind here. You could do that if you wanted to. And in After Effects, I can actually show you guys how you can make a block appear like in script. So maybe this color could be used to animate something with. But from the glance, yeah, I think you are all right. The blue is a bit similar to the turquoise, but I like the blue. It's a nice color. The first one then. So the green, the yellow, orange, or green. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for the yellow, guys. I don't know about you, but let's go for the yellow for now. No, no, I'm thinking orange. Okay. Go for the yellow. I've made up my mind. Let's use it's 48, which is far too big. For buttons, I prefer to keep it to 13. Between 13 and so yeah, remember this is an iPhone 13. So let's make it a 14. As you can see, the white flashing with the yellow. And orange felt more summer vacation away from snow. Okay, so should we go back to orange? Let's see what it looks like with orange. This is now where the designer, where the uncertainty, where you kind of like which one should go for, and then that's where you ask for it, which one looks nicer. Okay, now that I've seen both, I quite like the orange. What do you guys think? Let's just go for orange. I'll go well anyway. No, no, it's difficult, man. These color choices, when you've got such good colors, you can't use everyone, but anyway. So now I've got the sign in button. I know it's a bit too big, so let's make it a bit smaller. I'm not using any style guide here. I'm just creating something from scratch. So from scratch actually, I'm just doing something quickly here to get the There's not also something like this. There's your property, your button, sign in and register, and your email. Now, say for instance, it's better to me, okay. Oh goodness. Well, was nice. But we can see when I go into After Effects, we can try out again. Now, say for instance, you've got a design like this and you want to animate it. You actually want to show people what the splash screen would look like. You could do your prototype. You could, add motion when you do prototyping. You could add fade in and out effects in After Effects, or you could go to in Figma, or you could go into After Effects and actually show what it will look like in a screen. So that is what we will be doing. I'm going to show you how you could animate this in After Effects. I'll just create a quick screen, and I can also show you how to animate a logo. So say for instance, we have a logo and you want to maybe start with a logo first, and then this splash screen we could. So let's quickly go to, is it just like a mock-up basically of what it will look like. So now we're going to go to After Effects. By a show of hands, who have used After Effects before? You can have a hand emoji or some emoji. Has anyone used After Effects here before? No, if anyone else? So now we go and we create our artboard freelancing from if we really want it full, and we don't want to make it over an hour long. Just want to make it how long we're gonna probably make it. We're not even gonna make it 1 minute, we're probably gonna make it 15 seconds. But let's use the artboard to 1 minute in case I want to add more things there. And now I've got all my artboards, as you can see. And just to show you a quick browser of or guide or tour guide of After Effects. So this is After Effects. You've got your layers and your composition. So your composition is this artboard, and you will normally use this composition to render it, and you add all your layers in there. And when you're ready to animate, just export it. Here you will have your timeline. So you can specify you want something to move 5 seconds, 2 seconds of frame, 4 seconds. So there's a lot of framing and timings that you have to take into consideration. There's my image there. Bigger than my artwork because I'm going to add a effect which I'll show you. So now it added the whole timeline. So basically this thing will, when you press play, it will play now for 1 second. Was it 1 second or 1 minute? Maybe it was 1 second. You should just quickly change the composition settings. have a longer program. Something is wrong. Someone really like 1 minute. Now, do you don't want that to play from me? So if you put it for it will play with the other will stop after that because it's filtered down to another frame. So now I see, okay, I've got the word greeting from Greece, and it is the good. What you could do, and some people do this, but I'm not a fan of this. Some people export these as separate elements, including the font, and I don't prefer to do that, exporting the font as a JPEG or PNG or transparent other file, because I would rather like to do animation with the typography itself in there, and I'll show you. Same for the buttons. You could export these buttons as PNGs, so you can group them and export them as PNGs or whatever. Or you could export everything into the file itself. Like if you copy this now. So now we're gonna drag that from here and go into my, when you work with frame, don't select the rectangle tool, because then you're gonna create a mask, but we don't want to create a mask. Now we're just gonna draw to give the color correct. Layer one, because we're going to add something on top of it, and it's now a shape layer. We've added a separate layer, and I want to go in and I want to actually adjust it. Yes. Mm-hmm. We don't see it because it's monsters. just use it and put something we can use. And still make it certain. You can see it's blurry because my quality is, I've added my view live, but if you put it in full, you see it'll appear. So this, the reason why I put the quality down is to save rendering time. So when you render or when you work, it doesn't take a lot of space to render your components. But just to let you know, it's a bit blurry, but now let's just make it below what it looks like. If it doesn't what it added and what it didn't add it. But look at the yeah, and then okay. See what's going on here. Just get a bit blurry. Okay, so now we've got our buttons, and let's say we are going to keep it together. You can group these items by going right right clicking on your mouse. Then you say recompose, and that will create a new group layer. So we're going to call this button. Click OK. Now we've got one layer, so it merges into one layer. I see we don't have a lot of time left. But I'll be quick here. So I still want to take some questions. As you can see, it disappears there because it's not in the composition. Okay. Let's start with put it back into my screen, and I'll share with you the effects. So now we want to say, okay, we're thinking, how do we want to animate this frame? Do you want it to appear? Do you want it to slide in? Do you want it to be like a 3D effect? What did I forget, guys? I forgot one thing, and that was the greetings from Greece. We forgot that one. And that is, okay, let's see if it'll pick up that one. Okay, let's see if we add that greetings from Greece. Seems like my one font is not picking up from the other font. I think it's because I've got my Adobe system off there for some strange reason. The new font now, guys, sort of kind of similar to what we've had in our Figma file. Apologies, but it seems like my fonts aren't syncing correctly from the one platform to the other one. I don't know. But okay, we can create a new font from here. It's a nice thing. So if it was a real project, you could just input into After Effects course with the text behind here and just if you're doing something or show you the animation. I'm just looking for a nice font. Thanks for here, guys. So greetings from Greece. And what's nice about After Effects and Figma, they all share similar tools. So you guys can easily use the one platform to the other. So here you can increase the font as well. You just need to drag your text box open. You can suffer it, introduce the heading. That is the do it sometimes it'll slightly italic, so let's go to something italic and see something like the italic for some reason. And we are going to let's keep it left align. I want to maybe make it simple. I think of centered text. I don't like the centered. Now we've got our font, we've got our button here. And as you can see, as you move now, the font is there, then it disappears. When our button comes, then it's the background. The background stays as it is, but we're gonna let the background run through the whole animation because it is the animation after all. So for now, let's start with the background first. So say for instance, I want to scale this from big to small, from large to small. You can do that by going to scale. You press the time clock. And say for instance, you want to scale it up to 20 seconds or let's say 15 seconds for 20 seconds. And you want to scale it so that it appears something like that. And edit. Edit. You can also add an opacity to it, and I've said these effects you could do in Figma as well. But there's more filters that you can add here, which I will show you a bit later. And then you can add opacity. Say for instance, you wanted to go from 100 to 90. Do something like that, it will appear like that, fading in and out. At least also leave the opacity for something later. Then you could also have a positioning. So you have it to there, and you want to let it slide in the same time as, well, let's say we slide it in halfway. And slide it in there. So what you could do is have a black screen there, or a mock-up screen, and then you just have your slide in. You take that position if it doesn't actually work out. Another thing that you could do is you could add photos that you'll find in your libraries. Let me just place this in. So once you leave, you would use the timeline as well. It's actually going a bit too fast for me, so I'm just going to drag it to the end of the frame here at the example. Because the thing is 1 second, it's actually going a bit faster to look for your animations. So you can go to animation, then you can see what your effects are. So you can go to effects and presets. And you can put something like or live. Various animation presets already built into After Effects that you could use. And we want something to animate in or out, or you could have it slide drop, you can add a transition, you can add slider control, stretch and slide, or you could do anything. Basically, you can even add 3D effects. So I'll show that a bit later, but then what you do is you just drag it in, and then you use your space bar. It's going a bit quickly. Add some more. Let me add, make it a bit longer so you can find the so as you can see, it's added that very nice effect. Or what you could do is you could add just use that effect. Actually, so yeah, all the effects that you could remove it if you wanted to. So we are just going to remove the slider control. Let's add another one. I want to have that effect in let's just remove that completely. Remove that effect. Now we're going to add another one. Let's add 3D. And you can actually add 3D text to your slider. I'm going to add that to the top of my 3D space. Just add that there. You can see what happens when you add that. so short like that, it means the effect is longer than the frame. So what you need to do is you need to stretch your frame. You can always edit these. You can say, I wanted to animate from the beginning, maybe start there, leave that one open earlier. You could animate these by according to your device. There you go, something similar, something short and sweet like this. In the background. You still haven't filled out the button, the button, the button. Stretch this button. I'm going to make it longer. You can freeze it in the ink, but with the button stretch longer to that style. See, we animate something and if we press play, there's your button, but we don't want the button to appear right in the beginning, so we rather have the button appear a bit later. Let them appear at the same time. That works better. But let's add a fade in effect from the button. So now we can go change the opacity to 0. And then we add 100%. Here you have a short animation. You could actually let it go there, something like that. Could now made it stop to the end. There you go, guys. So we've created a nice little mini splash screen. As you can see, just something fading in, and you could actually would have made that fading a bit thicker. And the words greetings from Greece, a bit weird. But anyway, now this is just to show you a way how you can do some animation flashback screens you could do. And what you could do even further is you could put the cell phone in here and animate, so that use it as a mock-up inside an animation inside this frame in another size of your tree, and then just export it for work. Sorry, is something wrong with my sound? No, the sound quality is very low. I apologize. But I had to do it because of my because of the operating system. Okay, guys, Sorry about the sound quality, it was a bit bad this week. But are there any questions from you guys? Anything in particular you'd like to ask me about today's session? I hope it was very informative. You can unmute yourself or ask me in the chat if you want to ask any questions. If there's no questions from anyone, that is missed the first thing as well, the rest were on. Yeah, Eric, sorry, Eric, the 15 minutes will be on. Also, it will be on YouTube. Let me know if you guys want to have an article, another tutorial, something similar like this. Let us know if you would like to have something that is not part of the curriculum or the course program. And I hope this was a fun project for you guys, for those of you who would like to explore other avenues. That concludes the meeting then. Thanks so much all. Have a lovely day and have a lovely week. Yes.